Well, hello, my beautiful Aquarius. How are you today? Today is the pink full moon. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Um, how is this energy treating y'all? Okay, let me know in the comments. Um, yeah, so I'm going to, um, instead of giving an astrological, I kind of started doing an astrological um, um, how it's affecting Aquarius on a daily. I think I'm just going to do a weekly overview. And if Spirit is calling me to um, chime in on something specific, then I'll do that. Um, but I'm finding that at this moment, um, excuse me, that we'll just go over on a weekly basis. So astrologically, okay, you may be feeling some deep emotional um, and relational energy may come to the surface. Okay, um, and it's hitting us pretty hard. Now, um, these emotions, it may come up as just a fleeting memory. You may just be recalling some events in your life, and they just may be coming up to the surface. Let them flow through you. Okay, at this time. Okay. Uh, The full moon is activating your ninth house at this time, Aquarius, of higher wisdom, expansion, spirituality, and beliefs. Okay. It's bringing a shift in perspective. You may be called to travel, learning something new, um, and or teaching others. It is also a time of releasing limiting beliefs. Okay. Um, so take a moment to do a release ceremony. Okay. We have the moon is most strongest the day before and the during and after. Okay. So, um, I will do mine for all 3 days. I began yesterday. I'll do one today and then I'll do another one tomorrow. Um, then also it may be causing some changes within your relationships and having you uh, bringing you to reflection because Libra rules relationships and Aquarius often approaches them with logic. So now we're gonna, Libra is calling for us to be more heart centered, okay, in how we communicate and how we relate to others instead of our analytical thinking mind that we tend to use quite often. So now we need to bring it into balance. Okay. So now the question for you, I love it. The question for you is, what truth am I being called to live more fully? Okay, I'll repeat that again. What truth am I being called to live more fully? Okay. All right, and then the affirmation we're going to be using is I expand into higher wisdom. I release what limits me and step boldly into truth and light. All right, my love? So that is um, the 13th of April full moon energy. And I'm sending limitless love and light to my sister. Okay. Um, yes, who transitioned suddenly um, in February of last year. All right. Sending you limitless love and light, my love. All right. We're going to jump into this reading. Okay, we're going to jump into it. But before we do, I invite you all to take 3 deep breaths with me. All right, my loves. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so happy and grateful you have joining me today and sharing your beautiful energy with me. I hope you receive mine in return. It's all about reciprocity over here. All right. Feel free to share your journey experiences in the comments. Okay. This is a free space that you are able to do so. It'll help others along the way to see that they are not alone in this journey. Okay, that there are others that are going through the motions as well, that are going through the motions as well. All right, my love. Also, this is a collective reading for the beautiful sign of Aquarius, okay? All right, so only take what resonates, all right? So the first card I pulled today in the pre-shuffle was 0606, commitment, commitment. You know, I'm sensing commitment in all areas of our lives, in all areas of our lives. You know, the last time this card jumped out for us, Spirit brought up to the fact of making a commitment to ourselves, most importantly. Okay, um, it allows us to learn to trust ourselves, right? Um, so this card is about honesty and applying honesty and light, okay, daily into our lives. Okay, so being honest and truthful to ourselves again, but it's also about um, responsibility. Okay, growth, solution. All right, truth. If I haven't said that before, the spiritual realm. All right. As we are gaining more wisdom and we are opening up, all right. Um, these things are becoming more and more a part of our reality. All right. Let's pull another card. Let's pull another angel number card. Let's see. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, look, another 6. 16, 16, 7, 7. Yeah, yeah. Readjustments, overcoming obstacles, soulmate, romance. 6 is a 2 again. Is about giving birth. It's about renewal. It's about, it is a love card, connection. Okay. So your level of self-control is sufficient to make things right, Aquarius. On the horizon is the possibility of beginning a new romantic or platonic friendship, as well as change to begin a life anew with a person from one's past. Ay, all right. Confirmation um, for those of you who may be questioning if that person is coming back. Um, what else, Spirit? Um, if there's going to be communication, um, mm, if it's going to last. if it's going to last this time, because there's that commitment. Okay, so here's some a confirmation. There's some readjustment being made. So what I said, spirit is working on your person. Spirit is working on your person. Okay, removing the little bugs out. You know what I mean? Removing the bugs and fixing the little twerks and things like that. Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. Mm. So release any worries. Okay. Speak your truth, Aquarius. This is a time of manifestation. All right. So if you're manifesting love, you know, do your rituals on love. If you're manifesting money, do your rituals on money. Okay. All right, good. Let's move over to our messages from the universe. Okay. One part. I always shuffle the card prior to coming on and cleaning the space, but sometimes I'm just called to do it again. All right. That's good. Of course, you will make mistakes. There it is. Someone is afraid of making mistakes. Okay. Um, yeah, someone is is afraid of making a mistake and taking that leap of faith. All right. How many times does it take sometimes for you to um, that's not what I'm saying. It'll usually take a few mistakes, okay, before you get to where you need to be, okay? Because with success comes mistakes, okay? We have to figure out what works and what doesn't work, all right? So don't be afraid. I learned a long time ago. Um, if I had something on my mind that I wanted to ask a person, I didn't want to let fear stop me from asking because I would never really know. It's best for that they tell me no than for me to go on without knowing. So you never know. You never know the outcome unless you try. Unless you try. Okay. And here's another card. Oh, love yourself more by saying no to the things that feel draining and burdening for you. This card showed up earlier in my mind's eye. Yeah. So be clear with your intentions, Aquarius. Okay. This is for me is again that card of intention. So if you mean no, then say no. If you mean yes, then say yes. But again, knowing when if you're not saying anything, it implies it. Yeah, it implies it. Even if you don't say no and you mean no, it implies it. Even if you say yes and you mean it, it implies it. Mm. Yeah, it's an act of people pleasing. And a lot of times, if we are, thank you, Spirit. What happens is when we start saying things that to people please others, we're not being honest with ourselves. Okay, we're not being truthful with ourselves. And again, there's that loyalty card. We're not being truthful and loyal to, and committed to ourselves, which is doing ourselves a disservice, because when we are truthful and honest with ourselves, it becomes an act of self-love. So to say, no, I'm not doing that, or no, I don't want that, or no, this is not for me, becomes an act of self-love. And by not doing it, right, implies the opposite, or not saying anything at all, for the fear of hurting someone's feelings, for the fear of losing that relationship or friendship or situationship. Okay? Um, so Spirit is calling on you to be loyal um, to yourself again, as an act of self-love. Thank you, Spirit. Let's pull Angel Guidance card. Some of these are, sometimes I can get real stickler about when they're upside down, and sometimes I don't. It's just a matter of criteria. Yeah. So, that's what it really boils down. Love yourself more by saying no. Especially, if it becomes draining, you're finding yourself overextending. That's another one. Overextending yourself um, for someone. Be mindful. Would that person extend and overextend themselves for you at the same time? And if they haven't shown you, you know that that is not the case, right? All right, good. What do we need to know for our home? Good. Angel guidance. What do we need to know for our home? Ask and receive. Ask and receive. There's power in prayer. You better believe it. There is power in prayer. Let's take a deep dive. There is power in prayer. The 22. Turn right to it. Thank you. Thank you. Ask and you shall receive. Your angel guides want you to know that help is available. You are being encouraged to shift your perception and recognize that even the most difficult of circumstances, a miracle is possible. So, what I'm talking about love, and how Spirit is tweaking and prodding and molding your person, okay? Molding your person like the potter's clay, okay? Molding your person. Okay, we have to believe in miracles, y'all. You are being encouraged to shift your perception and recognize that even the most difficult of circumstances, a miracle is possible. Whatever miracle you need is available to you now. Your angel guides you and is encouraging you to recognize that you may have been blocking support by saying no to the things you wanted to say yes to. OMG! OMG! Oh my gosh! Absolutely! Absolutely! Okay? So when you begin to say yes to experiences that light you up, you usher increased levels of support into your life. Thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation. So Spirit is asking you to change that now. If you're wanting to say yes to the things that you should be saying yes to and no to the things that you should be saying no to, then you're good. But when you bypass your own personal needs, okay, when you are not putting yourself in a position that uh, is giving you self love, okay, you're not being supportive to yourself. All right. So Spirit wants you to know you may feel that your prayers aren't being heard, but this isn't true. Angels have heard you and are suggesting you take time to assess where in your work or relationship you have been creating barriers to success. Hmm. When you are open to seeing and doing things differently, you will experience the answers and miracles you need. You are being encouraged to pray from a space of gratitude. A space of gratitude. Well, I almost said it. I almost said that. Okay. I mean, you know, when we invite gratitude into our lives, right? We open the floodgates. It's as simple as that. Okay. And this pink moon is bringing up all these emotions and things that we need to reassess, readjust, and reassess, all right, and show gratitude for all the things that we have now in our lives. Okay? Oh, Spirit. So you are being encouraged to pray from a space of gratitude. When you focus on what you are grateful for, you align your energy with the miracle. Heaven is encouraging you to welcome support in all areas of your life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, it is an act of real self love. And if someone cares enough about you, um, they'll realize that. They'll realize it. They'll realize it. They care enough about you. They'll realize and not take it personally. All right, because we're going to come from a place of compassion when we have to say, this is not for me. This is not what I envisioned for myself. It has nothing to do with that particular individual. Okay, it just really means that maybe that you and them are not on alignment with what you want. Right? Okay, let's pull another chakra card. For some reason, I find joy in pulling these cards. It's always like a surprise. I feel like it's a big surprise. Don't ask me why. I just love pulling these cards. I really, really do. I really, really do. Let's go here, Spirit. And then it's got personal power. Personal power. Okay, personal power. Yeah. 13. 13, y'all. This card is a number 13. Thank you, Spirit. All right, let's take a deep dive into it. Thank you for showing up today, 13. You know, most people think the number 13 is a bad luck number, and it is not. I don't look at any number um, like I used to. Um, I don't see numbers as bad luck anymore. I just do not. All right. Oh, 13. And the fact that my sister was born on the 13th, absolutely not. Personal power from page 48, but it is the card of 13. I'll say it again. Okay, bear with me, my love. Okay, here we go. 48. Personal power. Solar plexus chakra. All right, you have called upon this card today because it is time to step fully into your power. Sure is. It sure is. It sure is. We are living a truly exciting time here on earth, and we are all encouraged and invited to live more from a place of empowerment. Over time, we have learned to hand over our power to other people and situations, which have created imbalance and inequality. Sometimes we feel like other people know what's best for us and the situations at hand. And due to a lack of self love and honor, we give our power over to them. It is now time to connect to your own wisdom, love, and personal power. Everything you require is within you, Aquarius. Now is the time to look within and listen to that loving wisdom and your own divine guidance. It's time to connect now with your soul. At times, power can be misunderstood as negative or controlling. Okay? However, the power we're talking about here is love and comes from a place deep within our heart and soul. So with this affirmation, this card, very simple 3 words. We will say it 3 times. I am empowered. I am empowered. I am empowered. Ashe, ashe, ashe. So my loves, harness this power and enhance your life and well-being. Know you are supported fully by your higher self and the universe in this powerful and exciting transition. Well, well. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Spirit. We'll put you right there. Like I said, I get so excited. I get excited. And I just can't hide it. when I pull those cards. All right, let's pull a few clarifying cards before I move on to wrap it up. Let's see. Saving grace. Forgiving yourself and others heals the wounds and sets you free. Okay, a card for forgiveness. Alright, a card for forgiveness. Alright, and then release clarity and let go of what no longer serves you, allowing new insight to guide your path. Okay. Pull another one from the other card. The candle went out. Start making my own candles, y'all. I burn too many candles. I'm just gonna start making my own. So I hope this reading is resonating with you. It's bringing you some clarity. Are you releasing clarity? Okay. Are you feeling powerful? Winds of fortune. Allow the winds of fortune to guide your sails, maneuvering through life's opportunities and challenges with stability. I can't make this stuff up. Oh my Aquarius. Yeah. Adapt and thrive, Aquarius. Spirit wants you to adapt and thrive. Flow with these changes and stay flexible. All right. Embrace the shift that we are going through. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Spirit. All right. I don't know why I like to save these cards for last. Don't ask me why. Split in the deck. So, if you're having concerns about poverty, sever those vows. Dear ones, there's no need to suffer or sacrifice. Hold the intention of undoing any vows of poverty or lack, okay, or denial, or self-denial that you may have made, okay, consciously or unconsciously, in any lifetime. As you do so, all effects of these vows will be undone for everyone involved in all directions of time. All directions of time. So we are releasing that mindset and knowing that all of our provisions, okay, the universe is providing for all of our provisions. Oh. Oh. All right, my love. So this card, I thought we should take a deep dive into this. You know, the lack mindset, it transfers back to all of our past and present and future lives. Okay, um, so let's take a deep dive and break this once and for all. Okay? All right. This card means that your finances are being affected by vows of poverty that have taken in the past. At one time, it was common for spiritual and religious seekers, monks and nuns, to take a vow of sacrifice. Okay, so let's put that here. Of sacrifice. Including forsaking personal income and comfort, vows of poverty, self-denial, self-denial, and chastity can block you in this lifetime. If you have chronically negative patterns with respect to your finances and relationships, it's helpful to release their hold on your life. This is nothing to fear, and anyone can do this. It's a matter of saying aloud or silently. Okay, here we go. I hereby sever and release any vows of poverty, self-denial, self-sacrifice, or chastity that I may have made in any lifetime. And I ask that all aspects, and I ask that all effects of those vows be forever undone in all directions of time for everyone involved. Say that again. Matter of fact, we're going to say it 2 more times. I hereby sever and release any vows of poverty, self-denial, self-sacrifice, or chastity that I may have made in any lifetime. And I ask that all effects of those vows be forever undone in all directions of time for everyone involved. One last time. I hereby sever and release any vows of poverty, self-denial, self-sacrifice, or chastity that I may have made in any lifetime. And I ask that all effects of those vows be forever undone in all directions of time for everyone involved. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Your body may shudder as you release these pent-up energies. As soon as you do so, you should notice improvements in your abundance flow and relationships. You only need to sever those vows one time, and their effects are thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh. All right, my love. Yes, yes, indeed. I'm going to leave this right here. Okay? What a beautiful and uplifting message today. All right? I really hope this resonated with you today, or you found a nugget in this reading that helps uplift your spirits, bring you hope and inspiration. Okay? All right, my love. I am sending you limitless love and light. Thank you for sharing your beautiful energy with me today. Mwah! TTL. Have a wonderful, blessed day.